Let's see if she's here yet. She's not here yet, but we start up January 9th for our prep week. I think you should be on now. This is always a little nerve-wracking. Here we go. Hi.
Hey,
We did it.
we did.
It's been a long
Hello.
time since I've done one of these, so I was a little bit nervous about getting that technology going
You
on.
did it. I knew you could do it. I knew it.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you across the country.
Totally. Hello.
I can't wait to bring your brilliance to the Hormone Club, Michelle. I am so
Aw.
excited. I can't wait to tell people about it. But before we do that, I just wanted to say how we met because I think it is kind of cool. I was thinking about it, and I know this because I have a 15-year-old, almost 16-year-old daughter, and I wasn't pregnant with her yet when we met in Colorado at yoga therapy school, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the mountains of
2008.
Colorado.
Right.
2008. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So we met there, and I think I told you even back then, I loved your teachings back then. I loved your style. I
Aw.
loved your pace and your calmness and all of that. I'm so excited, yeah, to have
Ah,
you join forces with me. And then you did the Hormone Club a couple years ago.
I did. Yeah, it was I think I saw you online after all these years, just
Yeah.
kind of tracking what people are doing. And I'm 48 now and was looking for some information to help guide through perimenopause that you're filling a good niche because it's hard to find good information. And I trust what you do. And it was perfect timing. I'm still using it every single day and telling everyone I know, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
I love that.
yeah,
Thank you. Well, it
yeah.
is interesting, especially now. So much has changed in the world, even just since I've been in this field of perimenopause and menopause and women's hormones in the last 5 years, in the last 2 years, in the last 1 year. So much has changed. There's so many offerings, there's so much information.
Mhm.
And I do think what you said is a good point. It is good to have someone that you trust and who's well trained. So
Right.
I'm kind of biased, but I think that's really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you share with us what you're going to be adding this year to the Hormone Club?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just going to give you another little boost because the word that came to me about kind of my takeaway from your program was empowering. Like, we don't have to look beyond ourselves for our health. I think that's a whole different generation of like going to the doctor for every single thing. That's never been my philosophy. I've been in healing arts, yoga, Ayurveda for 20 years now. And it's like, it's just so empowering to have the information that we need to, as much as we can, take our health into our own hands. Things happen, of course, we're in these bodies, who knows what's going to happen, but so much is through information, through science, through the holistic view of nutrition, what we put in our bodies, how we move our bodies, how we sleep, stress, and it's just so empowering. So I'm here to support that because I've been teaching yoga and meditation and breathwork for 20 years, and it's just a great complement to everything else. So how we move our bodies, we're gonna add a kind of a morning practice, just a short, like 20-minute, just to get you moving. There's certain ways to move to get your energy flowing and align your mind and your body and your energy for your day as much as we can before life takes over. But if we start with a fresh slate and then a way to calm at the end of the day, it's a different kind of practice. So restorative yoga to help nervous system, which your program just reemphasizes the importance of stress and cortisol and how much that, like, you call it one of the bossy hormones. It's like, if you don't deal with your stress, nothing else is going to fall into place. So, and that's always been, I love restorative yoga. I mean, it looks like you're doing nothing, but it's so powerful.
So great. At the end of the day,
so
it's
great.
wild how much it changes my sleep. I'm so excited about that one, the morning one and the evening one.
I hear that from my, students and clients all the time. It's like, oh, I slept so great. Why don't I do that every night?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a huge thing.
Yeah.
Just a couple poses.
Yeah.
Help reset the nervous system so we make that transition into sleep better.
Yeah. And honestly, sleep was one of my big symptoms that I experienced for the first time, like in the heart of perimenopause when things got bad. and I tried to supplement it, herb it. I tried to do everything,
Yeah.
and they worked for a while, but really in the end, it was addressing my stress and doing those little practices, just those little ones throughout the
Right.
day or before bed that made the biggest difference. So yeah,
Nice.
I'm psyched for doing that one.
Yeah. And we've got a couple of breathwork practices. Again, it doesn't have to be these crazy things. I was taught that, we need to really be mindful of breath work because it can kind of throw off our energy if we're not ready for it. So it's just a nice, gentle, two different types of practices to, again, it's like tapping into the power and the magic of our own bodies. We're breathing all the time, but we can modify it to help the nervous system energize us, balance us, all of it. It's so connected. So a couple of those. We'll throw in a nice little yoga nidra, not a super long one, just
Yes.
one that's accessible, just to like, again, a tool to help a transition into sleep. Most of our lives are not, you know, quiet and peaceful all day long. Our society and our lives are just so full. So no wonder it's hard to like, oh, and then I'm sleeping. No, unless you're like dead tired. But we have these practices that the yogis have been using for thousands of years, really. And so just a
And
guided relaxation,
the
basically.
wild
Yeah.
thing about yoga nidra is now that there's so much research about how restorative it is, almost as much as sleep. So I find that when people are suffering with sleep problems, when the hormones are the most tumultuous, sometimes that happens,
Yeah.
even doing a yoga nidra practice during the night, that is still restorative, restful time instead of tossing and turning. So there's so many reasons I
Yep.
love yoga nidra. So I'm so excited about that offering
Yep.
also.
Conscious relaxation. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, we can just like lay on the couch and like zone out, but that's not the same sort of rest as conscious relaxation with a yoga nidra or a guided meditation or something like that. So I'm also offering a short little meditation using some of the things I like to do, these little visualizations that work for me almost every day to just set my energy, get grounded, get inspired. What am I calling in for the day? And just really align that. So it doesn't take long, but we've got tools.
I love it. And
So
I love that you have done the Hormone Club a couple years ago because I think that's a brilliant. You know what it is, you know how it goes and what the tone is, and then you're just adding this perfect complement. So this is the first
yeah,
time I'm adding
yeah,
someone and collaborating.
it's
So
my
yeah, I really can't
honor,
wait.
truly,
Yeah, and I'm
because
excited
it's,
because you're going to do it again. I'm excited for you to
yeah,
see the changes because I've done this for 8 years. I've gotten tons of feedback from hundreds of women. And so I've taken all the information that everyone loves and I have divided it and slowed it down a little bit. And it's more clear and really easy to follow. And one habit each week, one superfood each week, one herb in midlife that might work. So it's
nice.
bite-sized a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more. But still have those 6 live Q&As if people want them. So I'll be excited to hear
Awesome.
what you
It
feel
was
about the
already
changes.
awesome. I mean, I really valued the holistic picture, and you're just so organized. I mean, we get the science, we get the hormones, all the connections, but then also I love the positive food relationship of like eat lots of good foods. Like we're not going to
Yeah.
restrict like real food, eat the rainbow, fat, fiber, protein, all these things that are just they stick with me, and I feel good. I mean, I really do feel like I've been sleeping better since these years have passed. Just trying this, letting things go. Um, so I'm happy and excited to join it again and see how things evolve because that's how it works, right? You put something out in the world, and then of course it's gonna change and grow, and
Yes. Yes.
I
Oh,
love
and
it.
we also have a new message board this year. So we're not going to be on Facebook. It's going to be a private message board because I feel like that helps us communicate what's in our heart
Yeah,
better too, connecting our story and what we're struggling with, and that's private now. So
yeah.
I feel like that will be a little bit better. And then also just offering tips for each other, things that have worked for us, things we're struggling with, and that kind of thing. So I'm excited about that
That's a huge piece of
also.
it too. I think we're all looking for a connection because all my friends
Yes.
going through this were at different stages, but to have an honest communication and to share like what's up and have that community, so necessary. It's all part of it too, right?
Yeah, because
It's Yeah.
those action steps are important. The science is important, but I agree. Community is really important, and reflecting on how we feel about getting older and the stories we tell ourselves and what it means to step into this next phase of our life and how much power is there.
Right.
And if we have the mindfulness and we feel good, then I think we're set up. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to do your classes.
Oh,
I am,
thanks.
yes, I am thrilled. I think it's going to be, I'm going to make it super easy each week for everyone just to click on one and do them. So thank you,
Happy
Michelle.
to support. Yeah, happy
Yes.
to support.
Anything
I'm
else we want
excited.
to mention other than I hope
I
everyone
just
joins
think
us?
I've had friends say, I wish I would have had this sooner,
Yes.
so even if you feel like you're not like seeking support at this moment, like you're going to need it. So wisdom is empowerment, knowledge is power. Just I can't I can't recommend this highly enough.
Mm.
It's just what we need, and I'm super impressed, and it's doable. It's just a lifestyle. It's not this like drastic, shift that you need to make. It's just this holistic picture, and again, empowering, like walking through these years feeling like our wisdom matters, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what part of what I'm going to bring is those moments of like connecting with yourself, your wisdom. That's become my favorite part of my day, is like my morning quiet meditation, sitting, journaling, whatever it is that day. But it's just like I sip my warm coffee or tea, and just whatever's coming up, I have space to look at it. And at this point in life, like we have a lot. So, try to
Yes.
honor that. And then these wisdom years, like it's a
It's a
celebration. We've been through so much.
celebration. Yes. And we're the same age, which is really cool. I don't know if I remember that. Maybe I do, but it's fun to be right in the heart of it with everybody too. So that's
Right.
fun.
Yep.
Uh,
So
yeah.
gather your girlfriends, gather them.
Yeah.
We all need each other.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys, anyone can check it out on, my bio, there's a link, or you can reach out to me and ask for more information. I'm happy to share. And we start January 9th, like I said, and it's lifetime access now, which is really cool. I think that's a big change. So you can just keep coming back to it at your own time, your own pace. And sometimes it's the herbs you're looking for. Sometimes it's the building a plate and the food. Sometimes it's Michelle's yoga. There's so many different tools there for people to come back to. So I can't wait to jump in because it's also a rekindling for me of habits that sort of fall away during the year. And
Yeah.
so it's a mindfulness every January for me. Okay, find my calm, have my tea,
Yep.
do all the things that are supportive of health. So,
And I did that for myself last winter, just kind of went through it again, and um, added, took away a different supplement, tried something new, because we're always changing.
yes,
So let some of the things
yes,
go. And like,
yes.
it's just great to review and check in with yourself in present time, because we're changing. Yeah.
That's a really good point, really quick, is since we are changing so much and we do learn about the phases of hormone changes, it's like what worked at one point isn't going to work for the long haul necessarily. And so when you know what's going on, when you know where you are in your phase, it's so incredibly empowering because then you can change with your hormones of what you're using, your tools and whatnot. So you don't have to search the internet for what herb will
Right.
help this. You already know, okay, this is where I am now. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, things are changing. I think
Yep.
I know what to try here. So I
Yep.
love that with that knowledge piece too. We have the wisdom, the knowledge, the heart, the action,
Mm-hmm.
all the things.
And just really listening to like what's working now. Yeah. You don't have to stick
Yes.
with something. I know I always feel amazing. So sticking with some things have become a total permanent change, and then some things have shifted. So yeah.
Yes, until we find our new normal. When we
Right.
graduate to
But
menopause.
aging with this wisdom makes such a difference. I mean, if you look around, what's the statistic now of like Americans that are metabolically like unhealthy? It's like in the 90%, like 80, 90%, like, and that causes so many diseases. So let's like, all right, let's take
And the
charge of our health.
wild thing about that is even, I mean, I found I was actually metabolically pretty inflexible even as an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild when our hormones change, how that does change our metabolism in our modern world, especially if we have a lot of stress.
Right.
It's wild. but it's just so cool. I'm so
No,
excited. I'm so
me
excited to
too.
learn about all the things and
I know we
share
could
all the
talk all day.
things. Yes.
We'll see you in January.
And to do
Yay.
your yoga classes and your yoga nidra. So thank you so much, Michelle. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
And I will see you soon.
All right. See y'all.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.